Foolishness. I am Matt, and I have opinions on stuff.
What's up? I'm Ray, and I've got opinions on things as well, man. You ready to get started today, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Cool, man. I'm sorry, I'm just figuring the mic out, man.
It's all good.
Dude, it's kind of bright in here, man.
Yeah, what's that about?
You know what's funny is we've got some things going on right now, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Like, the Rube Nation has risen up and provided for us.
Yes, they have.
We have talked about these guys for such a long time. We love our Rubes. We love everything that you've got to say. And you have provided, through Patreon, the lighting that you see right now. If we did a 360 view of this, you would think you're at a Hollywood movie set. But here's the deal. We don't worship Satan, and we're not weird people, so we're not in Hollywood. So the good news is, hey, man, we're here. We're ready to rock, man. We're ready to roll. We've got some serious lighting. We can do the show anytime, any place, man. We can do this at 3 in the morning now. Now, my wife would kill us, but, you know, other than that, we'd be all right. You know what I mean?
I think my wife would kill me, too.
Yeah, it's a little bit, man, a little bit. We ran a little long last, but it's all good. Welcome to Plausible Foolishness, man. We got some opinions on things. We're ready to get started, and I'm jacked up, man. Are you jacked up?
I am jacked up.
Bro, this is the Dirty 30 episode, man. 3-0. We're
30 episodes.
30 episodes old, man.
30 episodes in, we got overlays and
What?
intros and now lighting, and it's just going to keep getting better.
Dude, we're going to have, like, makeup artists pretty soon. We might have even content writers at one point. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean...
That would be great. I mean, that would mean we would be employing people.
Oh, man. But welcome to the show, guys. It's going to be a good one today. Man, there's some lies out there, man. There's some lies going on in the world, man. What's going on with this, bro? I'm thinking of a good old-fashioned Fleetwood Mac song. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. And there have been a lot of lies circulating. Now, normally the mainstream media lies all things. That's why Plausible Foolishness was created, to give some sanity in an insane world. But here's the deal, man. We got some craziness going on. I don't know if you've heard of this guy before or not, Matt. This guy's named Barack Obama. You ever heard of that guy before? Actually, Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein Obama.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, man. You know what's funny? It's
Hussein. Okay, so he, like, Iraq? That was Iraq, right?
No. He was a guy elected to, I think, our president, right? He was the guy between this and Bush, right? Is that the guy that ran our country for a little bit?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he did.
I blacked that whole time.
Yeah, exactly. We mind wiped it, man.
Yeah.
We just went straight up Hogwarts, just pull it out of our brain, like, we're not going to watch this.
I just obliviated myself.
Yeah, I mean, he was the guy that came up with the brilliant idea of Obamacare that, he told us that if we liked our doctor, we could keep it. That ended up not being true whatsoever.
Correct, yeah.
Terrorism.
It was called the Affordable Care Act.
Oh, the affordable.
So care would become affordable.
But then it didn't.
No.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's really not that affordable.
How quickly we forget. And then, you know, it's on top of this. Didn't he call ISIS the JV team?
Squad, yeah.
Called them the JV team.
Yeah.
They ran rapid and took over Iraq. Basically, we lost all of our gains that we had with Bush. Not saying that the war was good or anything like that, as I'm not a Bush guy by any means. But what's his legacy again? What did he do? Oh, he's the first half-black president.
He created a bunch of things that President Trump has had to dismantle.
Okay.
So,
what's one of his main accomplishments?
The main one was Affordable Care Act. I mean, that's pretty much the only big thing he did. The Paris Accords, maybe. Some people might consider that.
Okay, gotcha.
You know.
Gotcha.
You know who doesn't?
Who?
The founder of Greenpeace.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. On Crowder?
Yeah.
So good.
That was a really good video.
So good. It's such crap. But yeah.
Well, it's just great to see that. It seems like the founder of every crazy leftist group or campaign ends up recanting
and going to the right,
renouncing what they believed, what they said, and saying, no, this was evil, I was wrong.
Yeah, what is the former CEO of Planned Parenthood did that? She like jumped ship. She was like, no, this is terrible.
Yeah. Roe or Wade of Roe v. Wade, whichever was the woman who was trying to have an abortion legally.
Yeah.
One of the founders of that campaign to Congress, confessed to lying completely about the stats.
Crazy.
Wait,
lying?
Yeah.
Like the theme of the show?
Exactly.
Like lefties lying all the time?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's so weird. So in that same nature, Mr. Obama, who, to his credit, let's see, I'll give him another accomplishment. He did kill, what is his name?
Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden, though that's debatable too. Some people said he was dead and he was pulling the card, but that's a conspiracy theory. We'll save that for another show.
Yeah.
But my point is, he's got Affordable Care Act that got dubbed, should I say nicely or favorably, Obamacare, that got basically dismantled with Trump, and he killed a terrorist, and then he let ISIS go rampant all over the Middle East. Hey man, great job, great record. So now Trump's dismantling it. I sent Matt a clip earlier this week. It was one of the British politicians, and he was talking about how the ruling class has just completely forgotten how to connect with the people, and that's why Brexit and Donald Trump happens. And the only thing that Trump can be accused of is the only politician on record that actually did what he said he was going to do, unlike Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. Now, the funny thing about Barry Obama is this: he got on TV, he finally spoke up, and he called Trump a Nazi. Well, basically said he was a Nazi sympathizer.
Yeah, basically. Well, he was like, you stand up to you stand up to Nazi sympathizers, and it's like he's referring to, of course, Charlottesville.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Where
dude, listen,
where one guy went insane.
Yes.
And then there was just regular protesting.
Yeah, basically.
And
a lady died. That was terrible.
Yeah, it was. And the people who started the protest were for insane things.
Yes. But so Barry goes on, talks about these guys.
He didn't say, the Nazis are great.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
But he didn't unequivocally. I mean, granted, he didn't unequivocally go,
yeah, they're idiots.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is wrong.
Yeah. One might say he wasn't trying to be political. He was trying to be anti-political, and then ended up becoming political. But what I would say is Barry comes up against that, right?
I just think it's like it was a little blip, and it was a nothing.
Oh, nothing burger. As
yeah, I mean, it just. Would I have preferred it? Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Is it like deal breaking?
Yeah.
I don't think for a second that he thinks that what the Nazis were doing was good.
Yeah, my question is, okay, you can denounce something, but if you're not actively taking roles against it, then are you really? I mean, because like Barry's a great example of this. He denounced Russia, but Hot Mike basically got caught talking to Putin's little crony, saying that I'm going to play ball with you later on. He also denounced terrorism, but then it ran rampant under his administration. So it's one thing to say things, and trust me, Barry's really good at saying sweet things that everybody believes. Trust me. Problem is, there was no action behind it, and that's why we had a hard time actually finding accomplishments of what's going on. However, good old Donald Trump, the evil Satan that it is, he has a few accomplishments himself in these first couple of years. The economy is actually doing really well, and that's what Barry is famous for today. That's what we're talking about, our sweet little liar. Barry might be our buffoon of the week, my friend. Well, I think he's the buffoon of the century. But anyways, moving. Not the worst. But the funny thing is, before the election, before Trump was even elected, Barack Obama, in a desperate attempt to save his legacy and get Hillary Clinton nominated as president, literally went on I think it was a PBS show, and basically said all those manufacturing jobs, all those jobs, they're going away. They're never coming back. Mm-hmm. This economy is not coming back. The economy is what is. It's the new normal.
Under 4% unemployment is impossible
it's
in
impossible.
This day and age.
Impossible. He said all these things, and literally said, "What's he going to do? Pull out a magic wand and make it better?" Circa, we come a full circle. Almost 2 years into the Trump administration, and in 2 years he's done what this dude couldn't do in 8, and somehow pulled out a magic wand and literally fixed the economy.
Yeah, a magic wand called conservative principles.
No way.
And I'm not saying that Trump. Yeah, I'm not saying that Trump is like Mr. Conservative.
Yeah, he's not.
But he's implemented some pretty conservative principles, like tax cuts.
What? Which has increased jobs in America?
Yeah, especially corporate tax cuts.
No way. And increase our paychecks so we get money back?
Yeah, a little bit.
No freaking way.
And frankly, to be honest, not as much as I would have liked.
Sure.
But you can't deny the results. Well, unless you're Barack Obama.
Oh, unless you're Barack Obama. But he denied the results, yet
took credit for
wants to take credit for the results. You
Yeah.
can't say something's bad and then take credit for it.
No.
Does that logically work anywhere?
Well, Trump is bad, but everything that he's done is because Barack Obama, you know, at least in the economy, is because Barack Obama is so great.
That's great.
And that's just, here's why that's ludicrous.
Yeah.
So all of the historical record shows us that everything that Obama implemented, tax-wise,
Yeah.
you know,
regulation-wise
especially.
Just as politics sucked for the economy.
Yeah, is notoriously bad for the economy.
Yes.
I mean, we take the Great Depression. The rest of the world didn't have a Great Depression. Only we had a Great Depression because tariffs.
Oh, weird.
And taxes.
Yep.
And a giant welfare state being implemented.
That was under
We're
Obamacare,
supposed to help people, but instead
it hurt
them.
people.
But then you see in 1920 a terrible crash, worse than the 29 crash.
Yep.
They cut government, they cut taxes.
Yep.
Boom. There's the roaring 20s.
Hey, we're back.
1987, a comparable crash that nobody talks about because it was over in no time because of cutting taxes.
Oh, that's weird. Reaganomics?
Yeah.
Reaganomics?
Yeah.
Beat Jimmy Carter-nomics? What? That's a history lesson.
And it's like,
make America great again, people.
And it's
it's like history repeating himself. Or
yeah,
something.
man. They treat us like we're adults.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like we're buffoons.
Yeah.
You know, when in reality they have no intention of fixing the economy.
No.
They just want to use it.
Yeah.
You don't let any disaster go to waste. Don't let a good disaster go to waste.
Of course.
Because that's their in.
Yeah.
Because everybody's getting scared because it's and so we're like, hi, we're the big friendly government. We're going to help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
By implementing socialism, and you can see how great that works for everybody.
Yeah. Venezuela's like tearing it up right now, right?
Oh my God, Venezuela's like
it's a paradise.
It's the utopia we've all been waiting for.
I mean, they eat zoo animals at this point.
Did you see that bridge?
Oh yeah, man.
Do you see the bridge? It's a bridge out of Venezuela, jam-packed with people.
That's weird. Why would they want to get out of that utopia, the socialist utopia?
Because it's hell on earth.
Oh, weird. So Barry tries to implement this socialist utopia to no avail, and Trump's rewriting his history and basically erasing him from history. That's why we had such a hard time remembering who this guy was. It's crazy. It's like crazy. It's like America's been great again or something.
Yeah.
And here's the deal, and before we keep going, Rubes, it's not because he's black, so I know that's elephant in the room. Let's get that out of the way. We're not hating on it because it's black. Because guess what? I'm black and he's Jewish, so you can't say anything to us anyways. But my point is this. Here's the deal. The guy had bad ideas. Yes. And here's the problem is when you double down on those bad ideas and then lie to people and tell them that they're good, you're full of crap. Barack Obama is one of the biggest liars of all time, and which is hilarious to me that people find that shocking. All politicians are liars. All of them. I'll include Donald J. Trump in that. They're all liars. The difference is Trump's lies have not hurt anybody so far, one might argue. They've actually helped people. It's kind of crazy. And what I would say about Barry is this. When you lie to the American public and say, oh, if you like your doctor, you can keep it, when clearly that wasn't the case, and then later say, well, you should have read the legislation, and, you lied to people to push this down our throats. You lied and said you had a scandal-free administration.
Oh,
Fast and Furious. Benghazi. Here's the deal, and I get it. This is 9/12, the day after 9/11. Like, as much as we highlighted 9/11, you know what's funny yesterday? They skipped over Benghazi. That's when Benghazi went down. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
And we skip over that one, and literally, the funny thing is he's even said, I think in his speech, that Benghazi was some kind of conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory. You're just a terrible president, and you let people out to hang. So you've got Fast and Furious, Benghazi, failed Obamacare. There's so many things stacking up against this guy's record, and the funny thing is he has the audacity to get in front of the American people and diss the president of the United States, which, by the way, is his president. Do you ever think about that? Donald Trump is the president of Barack Obama. How beautiful is that? What a beautiful world we're in. But anyways, to diss our president and saying lies.
Well, and you know why he has to.
Oh yeah.
It's because elections are coming up.
Elections are coming out, baby. And that's the funny thing is people are hyperbolically getting sucked into this crap, realizing like you realize that they're only doing 2018 elections. What's the platform? Trump's bad, and they keep doubling down on Trump's bad. Yet they're taking credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
How can you say it's bad but take credit for it? If you make a cake, if somebody else makes a cake that's terrible and you take credit for it, you look like a fool. My little girl, like we have daughters. If I explain this to my daughter, she would have no clue what that even means. Daddy, what do you mean? You made the cake and it was bad, and then somebody else took credit for it and said it was good? Give me a break. That makes no sense. Yeah. That's neither plausible. Well, it's a lot of foolishness. There's no plausible in that. So how can you say, oh, it's so terrible under Trump, yet everything that's going well is because of me, even though I said all the bad economy that was under my regime could never be fixed, and then it got fixed with a magic wand. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense?
No.
And people believe this.
Well, it's because, of course it doesn't make sense, because it's, again, a lie.
Oh.
Like, he knows that the economy is doing great, and it's because of Trump.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter, because politics must, socialism must be pushed.
Yeah. Didn't Jim Carrey just say that?
Oh my gosh,
we have to embrace socialism. A Canadian, a Canuck, is coming down trying to tell us what to do.
Well, he's telling us about how great their healthcare system is, and how he's never had to wait in his life, and his mother didn't have to pay for any prescriptions.
Anecdotal.
I was watching Stephen Mullen.
Yeah.
He was talking about how Jim Carrey's mother was addicted to pain pills.
Oh my gosh.
And so, which is something that he's talked about, honestly, it's like, so then, I mean, that wasn't exactly a great situation for you then, was it?
No.
Perfect.
What might say that might be a lie. I'm noticing a theme here. There's a lot of lying going on this one. So, how do we reconcile this? Here at Plausible Foolishness, here's the deal. Listen, I will be the first to admit it. I'm going to say this. Hot mic moment, man. I voted for Obama. I did. I voted for Obama both times. I did. I'll be the first to admit it. I didn't have my renaissance until halfway through the second administration that I realized, like, this guy is completely full of crap. And I think the Obamacare thing was, like, kind of the nail in the coffin when I realized quickly how bad my insurance got really quick, And the funny thing is, the leadership of this party, of the left, that's going here. The reality is this. They just lie a lot. They lie a lot. Yeah. And it's not cool. And one of their leaders is named Linda Sarsour. You ever heard of this girl before?
I have, yes.
She's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, she's great.
So,
she's great.
Linda Sarsour, man. Can we... we got to talk about this girl, man.
Okay, so, she gave a speech this month at the annual Islamic Society of North America convention. I was in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So, what she had to say was it's incredulous.
Incredulous?
Yes.
That means good, right?
No.
Oh, does it?
I just don't, I'm incredulous about how somebody could make these statements and then be hailed as
a
champion of peace and rights and
up is down. Down is up, bro.
So she said, this is a quote: "You as an American Muslim are complicit in the occupation of Palestinians and the murder of Palestinian protesters," which is all bunk.
Oh my God.
So when we start debating in the Muslim community about Palestine, it tells me a lot about you and about the type of faith that you have in your heart. If you're on the side of the oppressor, or you're defending the oppressor, or you're actually trying to humanize the oppressor, then that's a problem, sisters and brothers, and we got to be able to say that is not the position of the Muslim American community.
Wait a minute, she's talking about the occupation
of
Palestine?
Course, Palestine, yes.
Didn't Ocasio-Cortez say that? There's an occupation?
That Israel occupies Palestine.
Interesting.
Ocasio-Cortez also had much praise for Linda Sarsour
course.
You know, with all the crap that she's putting on with the Kavanaugh hearings.
Yeah.
So she wrote, "Our future is a shared responsibility." This is occasionally Cortez.
Yeah.
This woman putting it all on the line for healthcare, women, and LGBT plus rights is Linda Sarsour. The far right constantly maligns her with false attacks and threats of violence.
False.
Yeah, false. Threats of violence?
False.
No. I mean, I'm sure there's some crazies out there.
Sure.
But, yeah. And the far right.
Yeah.
The far right constantly maligns her.
Far right.
We're far right, as
And,
far as she's concerned.
We're super far right, bro.
Yeah. And what is the far right?
It's a great question.
Less government?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. In America, yes.
Yeah.
But she, of course, would say, no, we're talking fascism.
Whoa.
Which is really just the other side of her coin.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
That's crazy.
we can get into that. Yet here she is, as always, fighting for everything our flag represents. Our flag represents not humanizing people.
So the oppressor.
An entire group of people. Yeah.
The oppressor would be Israel, correct?
Israel in this context.
What would that be? Jews?
Jews, yeah.
Wait a minute. So we don't want to humanize Jews.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
I'm thinking of a historical figure that said that, something similar to that. I think his name was Hijab. No, not Hijab. Hufflepuff. No, not Hufflepuff. Hitler.
Oh,
Adolf
gosh, yes.
Hitler.
Yes, you got him.
He didn't want to humanize
forgot.
Jews either. And guess what he did with those guys?
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of Auschwitz before?
Yeah, Dachau.
Did he gas those non-human Jews?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess. Nah, I'm not even gonna say that.
Can't have sarcasm, man.
No.
We're gonna keep it in strike. Here's the deal. You know what's funny is when you dehumanize people, they end up like getting mass murdered. I've noticed that. You know what I mean? When dehumanization happened in Stalin's Russia, how many people died? In China, which we're going to be talking about pretty soon, when people become dehumanized, they just like disappear. It's kind of crazy, man. It's so weird. When we dehumanize the Jewish people, one might call that, this is going to be crazy, I'm going to use one of their terms, anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitism is the primary basis of Nazism. And Linda Sarsour could be in the same league as Nazi sympathizers. Would Barry Obama come against her?
No.
Why not?
Because she's a darling of the left.
Oh, you know why she's a darling of the
She
left?
stands up for women's rights.
Oh, yeah, she's the one that did the women's march with the pussy hats, right? And she's also the one that's at the hearings right now protesting Kavanaugh right now, correct?
Yeah, because he hates women.
Because he hates women.
Or something.
But she hates Jews.
Because
which,
Roe v. Wade is such so much about.
Yeah. So here's the
women
logical
and-
leap here.
Yeah.
You're protesting a guy who hates women. You start a women's march claiming that Donald Trump hates women, but you're telling people to not humanize the oppressor, aka Jews, which half of them, statistically, are women.
Yes. On top of that, the Israelis are not oppressors.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're just not.
They have like a fence.
First of all, Palestinian isn't even a people group.
How dare you say that on this program?
Palestine is an area
What?
as defined by the Roman Empire.
No way.
Before the Roman Empire, they didn't exist. There was no Palestinians.
How dare
They
you
were-
say that?
Israelites. They were the Jews,
No way.
you know? And then the Jews were taken off their land by the Roman Empire,
Oh, that's weird.
and other people groups moved in.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
So, you know,
Do they ever tell that part of
surrounding
history?
countries, Syrians,
They ever tell about that part of history?
Jordanians.
Yeah, Jordanians.
Well, did you also know that in Jordan, these so-called Palestinians
Yeah.
are actually oppressed?
Oh, weird.
Yeah, in the country of
Right,
Jordan.
right next door?
Yeah,
In
right
Jordan?
next door. They're actually oppressed. Okay,
That's
they're a minority people group
Huh.
in
Jordan.
Jordan, and they are treated terribly. They live in refugee camps, and it's just awful.
Is Linda
awful conditions?
Is she talking about them? Is she talking about
she's
Jordanians?
not. No, she's talking about Israel.
Oh, weird.
Where in Israel, they're like,
meh.
I mean, any Arabs and Israelis live together in relative harmony.
What?
Now, the ruling party of Palestine, Hamas.
Oh, they're good people, right? They're good guys,
known
right?
terrorist organization, does lob hundreds of rockets every week, if not more, maybe even thousands of rockets every week into
Wait a minute, is that the
Israel.
same? Is that the same Hamas that in their charter want every Jew to be completely killed off?
Yeah,
the
would
planet?
be the one. That would be the one. Yeah.
And wait a minute, Hamas, who's ruling over these Palestinian people, they're being oppressed.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if would Barry come against the Palestinians? No?
No.
He's against the Jews.
As far as Barry knows, the Hamas doesn't exist.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And those rockets are really like care packages.
Oh, care packages.
Or like flowers.
They're sending like love letters over to him.
Like
I gotcha.
Bouquets of flowers and stuff. And they're just like pleading with them, stop oppressing us.
Weird. Did Barry put? Did he put an embassy in Israel, in Jerusalem? Did he do that, or was that Trump?
No, he just kept the embassy that was. I think he promised like George W. Bush and Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush to move the capital to.
But Barry did, right? He
Jerusalem.
moved it.
No, he did not do that.
Who did that?
That was Donald J. Trump.
Is he trying to take credit for that too?
Yeah. Well, here's another thing that Donald J. Trump did.
Yeah.
Like almost immediately, he assigned a man named Grinnell, if I remember. Let me.
Grinnell, right there.
Yeah, Grinnell. To become ambassador to Germany.
Oh, weird.
And then immediately extradited 95-year-old Jakiv Palij, the last known Nazi collaborator living in the United States. They arrested him, and they shipped him off to Germany, deporting him, where he will stand trial for his war crimes.
Wait, who deported him? Was it?
That was Trump.
Trump did it?
Yeah, Trump.
Under what organization?
It was ICE.
ICE did it?
Yeah, Immigration
Those
and Customs.
baby separators?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Sent back a Nazi?
Yeah.
That's so evil.
Well, I mean, it's all just a smoke screen.
Smoke screen.
I mean, the guy's 95, so he was going to die anyway. And
smoke
so,
screen.
This way, it's like cover for them,
So how is
it's like you, my only black friend.
My only black friend? No, here's the deal. He's got more black friends. He's kidding. But here's my thing. So Trump, who's a Nazi, by the left, every definition of the left, he's a Nazi. But his son-in-law's a Jew. He sent back a Nazi collaborator and moved the embassy to Jerusalem. Somehow he's a Nazi. To people like Linda Sarsour, who are saying we shouldn't humanize the oppressor, a.k.a. Israel. That's weird.
Yeah.
So, the Pussy Hat collaborator girl. Sorry, I keep saying Pussy Hat. I apologize. I gotta stop saying Pussy Hat on the show. But,
What? Say what?
Pussy Hat.
Oh, okay.
So, this girl is mad at her Muslim brethren for not being mad at the oppressor or coming after the oppressor.
Yeah.
One might call that terrorism or anti-Semitic hate speech. Hate speech? Aren't they supposed to be against that?
They're the ones who made it up, so
They made
yeah.
it. At some point, the liberal carousel of madness has got to end. Sometime you got to see.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you have to see it eventually.
Just look at Linda Sarsour herself.
Yeah.
She's a Muslim woman.
Okay.
Which is, whatever. I mean,
sure.
I want her to believe in Jesus and be redeemed.
I hope so.
By His blood. That would be great.
Okay.
But she doesn't believe. I mean,
God can do amazing.
God
things,
can do amazing things. We'll see. But she promotes Sharia law.
Huh.
Okay. But then she stands up for LGBTQ rights,
which
under Sharia law would mean their death.
Yeah, don't they get tossed off of buildings in Arab nations like that?
Oh yeah,
that's
tossed off of buildings and even worse stuff.
Under Sharia, would she be able to talk?
No.
Or even show her face?
Or drive?
Or do anything?
Yeah, no.
So, and America's the bad guy in her opinion.
Yeah.
America's bad.
Yeah. So she's just a rolling contradiction. She's just a walking
weird.
contradiction. Everything about her is just a stage show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like a show.
It's like a lie.
It's like a lie.
Huh.
Like a fabrication. Almost like a Hollywood lie. Like it's created or something.
I want to find out.
That's great.
You asked earlier where she was from.
Yeah, where is she from? Where's Linda Sarsour from? I'm just very curious. If she could go back to her country and be the same person she is in America. That's very... We're Wikipedia looking it up for you guys.
Yep.
We're very curious. Was she born in America? Is she an American citizen? Let's see where she was born. I'm so cute. Drum roll, please. I wish we had a drum roll.
She was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, so she's an American?
Wow.
That's weird. And she's against Israel.
She's the oldest of 7 children of Palestinian immigrants.
Oh,
so she's
okay, gotcha.
Palestinian.
Palestine. Okay, gotcha. Fair
She
enough.
was raised in Sunset Park, Brooklyn.
So does she not eat bagels? Is that kind of a... I'm just kidding. Terrible. Terrible joke on Plausible Foolishness. My goodness. So she is an American citizen.
Mm-hmm.
If she went to Palestine right now and spoke, do you even think that they would let her speak there?
Probably not.
Think about that. Do you think Hamas would be all about her in her country? I mean, just think about it. Like that's what blows me away about this whole thing.
It's hard to say because like they're using our own social norms against us.
You know
like,
the Quran. You know the Quran calls for that, right? The Quran calls for using whatever tactic it can to take down the oppressor.
Lying to the infidel is not a sin.
A sin. Yeah,
it's actually
look it up if you
a
haven't read the
holy
Quran.
act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like
there's
I forget what it's called, but yeah.
Nabil Qureshi.
Okay.
Before he died, he did a series of lectures at Biola University that are on YouTube, where he lays out the faith of Islam.
Yeah.
He lays out what they believe.
Yeah.
All the different principles.
Yeah.
He lays out the contradictory texts that eventually led to him believing in Christ.
What?
And then talks about how we as Christians can reach out to our Muslim neighbors and it's really in depth.
Nice.
Really good videos. So check those out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's just it seems like Miss Sarsour is a liar, like Ocasio-Cortez is a liar, like Barack Obama's a liar, like Hillary's a liar. Like, I mean, you can look at any of the Plausible Foolishness. We've got 30 videos at this time, and make sure you follow some Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all that fun stuff, and support us on Patreon. That's how we have these amazing lights. Still blowing me away. But the funny thing is, like, we've well documented the liberal lunacy, but the point of Plausible Foolishness is to point out this ridiculousness. Because here's the deal: on face value, they're going to portray her as this sweet, kind Muslim lady who's just trying to make a difference in the world, but she's anti-Semitic. She thinks that women are oppressed in this country, and I would dare her to go to Palestine and compare the treatment of women there versus America. It's a lie. It's a straight up lie. It's just a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Barack is lying about the economy and lying that he was the one that did it. It's a lie. And it just continues to happen in America, and we let this stuff fly. And this is why I was watching good old Crowder. I got to give Crowder some props on this, but like how they keep pulling all these books keep coming out about Donald Trump, about his administration's in peril, and
there was that
the fear book's coming.
There's supposedly that in that administration official or senior administration official who wrote this anonymous op-ed,
quote unquote, it's made up. When it's anonymous op-ed from some senior official, it's made up.
Either it's a nobody in the administration that they're touting as a senior official, which is gonna supposedly ruin their credibility, but really not, because they have none.
Yeah, 100%.
Former newspaper and all. Thank you, Andrew Clavin.
That's weird.
But they're also
I love that we cite our references on the show.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
We don't even have to write them down. We just cite them. We love you, Daily Wire. Love it better.
But they what was I gonna say? Oh, it's either a nobody or they just made it up out of whole cloth because they're
probably did.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
And what happened to the Omarosa book? And then the book before
that? It came out.
Yeah.
I think it sold 2 copies, maybe.
Oh yeah, weird. Because at this point, like, and the funny thing is this, like, these books keep coming out, and the pundits are shocked. I hate to admit this to you today. Okay, I'm gonna admit this to you. Don't judge me, Rubes. I'm gonna say this once. It's a hot mic moment. Skip through this if you don't want to hear this. Okay. I watched Megyn Kelly today. So just don't judge me. I watched Megyn Kelly.
Why would I judge you? I don't even care.
She's such a. I'm not impressed with Megyn Kelly. But anyways, moving on. She's probably not impressed with me either, so it doesn't really matter. But it doesn't matter. But she made the point. Like, it's funny. Like, the mainstream media has absolutely no connection to what the American people give a crap about. They had a guy go out, poll a lot of different people, and ask about Russian collusion and the books coming out of the administration. Nobody cares. You know why? Because the only thing that people hear is dollar signs, man. When people are making more money and the economy's looking better and there's more jobs and there's more opportunity, it's really hard to find fault in an administration that's so riddled with turmoil. And then we're looking at people like Barry Obama saying, oh yeah, all this great stuff is because of me. And we got people like Linda Sarsour saying, oh, the women are oppressed in America. At some point, man, you just got to look around and be like, I call BS. And I think the American people are doing that. And that's the funny thing about all of this stuff. And we're going to point this stuff out to you, even if you don't know who Ocasio-Cortez is, or you've forgotten who Barack Obama is, like I've forgotten, like yesterday and stuff like that. But, like, we have to point this crap out to you, because here's the deal. All this stuff unchecked, it just festers and gets worse. It just does. If you don't address cancer, it just gets worse. Mm-hmm. And you got to address this stuff while it comes out. You got to point out that the pussy hat lady is the same person that's telling you to oppress Jews. That's what she's telling you.
Yeah,
that's what she's trying to tell. Dehumanize.
Israelis aren't human.
Yeah, they're Zionist dogs.
Yeah.
Louis Farrakhan is saying the same thing.
Yeah, but he's sitting up front next to Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton
at Aretha Franklin's funeral.
Super predator Bill Clinton, and it is.
Predator.
I mean, think about this.
Yeah.
We have to point this stuff out to you because you guys are not. You got to see this stuff, and I get it. Politics are like crazy and whatever, but it's becoming a big, real part of our world because guess what? No one's checking these guys anymore. The mainstream media has no checkpoint. The only checkpoint are places like Plausible Foolishness, like Daily Wire, Louder with Crowder, like all these guys who are calling this stuff out. And the reason why YouTube's blowing up so much is because at the end of the day, we trust ourselves. Like, who do you trust more than people in your family? Like, think about that. Like, think about that stuff. Nobody's going to care about you as much as family, and YouTube has that feeling of family. It does, because you're hearing content from people that don't make a whole lot of money. Guess what? This thing, it's not like it's blowing up. Now, it looks beautiful with these lights and stuff like that. Trust me. And we appreciate everybody on Patreon that gave us the ability to do this stuff. But we're not billions of dollars. We're not manipulated by billions of dollars. We're not. We're not freaking Wolf Blitzer and what's the alien-looking guy that on CNN. The white-skinned homosexual guy. What's his name?
Brian Stelter?
Well, that guy too. Al Cooper.
Oh, Anderson.
Anderson Cooper, who actually worked at the CIA for a little bit. What? Some short story? What? Nobody said that? Saya? What? Project Mockingbird. Anyways, sorry. I gotta get him in. But my point is this. We're not backed by any of these people. We're just two honest guys who love Jesus and want to tell you the truth. That's all we want to do. That's what we're here for. We're telling you the truth. We're showing you that Barack Obama is full of crap. He's a liar. Linda Sarsour is full of crap. They're liars. Mm-hmm. They're liars. And there's a lot of liars out there. And if you don't open your eyes to this stuff, you won't see this stuff. I was literally thinking about this the other day, man. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Okay? I do. Mm-hmm. I do.
It's a good line.
Yeah, what was that from? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Yeah, what is that? Is it from Zoolander?
It's Anchorman.
Anchorman. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
No.
What movie is that from?
Maybe that is Zoolander.
Is it Zoolander? Oh, yeah. It's Will Ferrell.
Yeah, they're both Will Ferrell movies. I got them.
It's all good, man. It's all good. But that's the thing. Like, I walk around and I see this crap on mainstream media when I come home from work, and I'm like, People believe this crap. They believe it. They believe all this stuff. And the funny thing is like, take 3 seconds and check this stuff. Check and see if Linda Sarsour is actually a good person, giving you advice while she's spouting out anti-Semitism, and no one's calling her on this. When Ocasio-Cortez...
But that's the thing is that, here's the thing. Nobody on the New York Times is reporting on what she said at this conference.
Of course not.
You know?
Because they
hide that crap.
Of course.
Because people will then go, well, why are we getting in? That's terrible.
Yeah, we're hearing advice from the Pussy Hat girl who's protesting Kavanaugh, that evil guy Kavanaugh, who doesn't legislate anything.
And here's the other thing, is that they're doing the same thing to us.
Yeah.
They're dehumanizing us.
Of course.
That's why Antifa feels so bold to go and beat the hell out of old men at peaceful rallies.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And here's the deal.
And I'm not talking about Nazi sympathizer rallies. I'm talking about, like, limited government rallies. These aren't human as far as they're concerned. They're evil fascists.
You wear a Make America Great hat
again, not understanding what a fascist is.
Of course. You make a...
It's just... It's mind-numbing.
Well, then you see all these cases of people wearing Make America Great Again hats. And guess what? They get attacked and blah, blah, blah. Here's the good news is I'm like, 6'4" and 400 some pounds. And the reality is this, man. Like,
it's all muscle.
It's all muscle. All muscle, right? It's just covering my six pack.
Do so many sit-ups.
Just so many sit-ups. It's just one app. Just one.
Yeah.
But they're not going to mess with me, but they mess with other people just because they want to make America great again. God forbid. We don't believe in the narrative that's out there. That's crazy. Like, people are opening their eyes and seeing the reality and seeing things that are going on. But here's the deal. If you don't check lying, like, and I hate to be that guy. Okay? Just assume everyone's lying to you and check on them. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, if God be true, all men are liars. It's true.
Yeah, so check on what we say.
Check, like, literally. Don't believe a word.
And I don't say that without the fear that I might be wrong.
Of course.
Like I've meticulously, gathered every bit of data, because frankly I have a full-time job and I can only do so much.
We're on Soros money, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But
we're part of the patriarchy, bro.
Let's
fact check us.
I want it because it refines us.
Yes.
It makes us better.
And trust me, y'all done that on Instagram.
I want it.
Yeah. You've done that on Instagram, Twitter, and guess what? We back up what we say. When people are like, when I made the claim that guess what, the wage gap's a joke, and people are like, oh yeah, that's bullcrap, Ray, whatever. And then I show you mathematically, if you're under 30 and you're a woman, you make more money than men under 30. What? If you actually use real factors, the wage gap isn't real, and I can give you documented proof on that.
It's almost like the difference in pay. And here's the other thing: they call it the wage gap.
Oh yeah.
But it's really an earnings gap.
Yes.
Because it has nothing to do with the hourly wage that people make.
It's the amount of work you put in.
It's the amount of work you put in and your years of experience. It's almost as if the choices that you make have an impact on how much money you make.
No way. And men and women are different.
Yeah, they want different things. That's ludicrous.
Dear Lord, that's crazy. I remember when I made the claim that I got checked on it on Instagram. I made the claim that there are places in America where they're allowing illegal immigrants to vote, and they're like, "That's fake news. Come up with your facts." And I immediately came up with the truth in San Francisco, where they're letting people vote in school-born voting, and they're trying to do the same thing. And magically, that guy got really quiet, really fast. Because guess what? You cannot deny the truth. And if we're screwing this up, do not trust us. Don't trust the guy in the Han Solo shirt. Don't trust the guy in the MAGA shirt. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
My shirt says "I know," so.
Well, my shirt says "Make America Bench." Again. Yeah. Lift everywhere. But don't trust us.
What's your max now?
545. Road to 600, man. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying not to be weak.
Why don't you just go in tomorrow and put in 55 pounds and do it? And just do it.
If I just did a cycle of Tren, I'd be... No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that on Plausible Foolishness. We're all legal here. What?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you go in tomorrow, put 55 extra pounds on that beast, and make it happen.
Well, tomorrow I wouldn't have a head. That's called decapitation, my friend.
I don't know.
I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready. But my point is this: check us. Check us to make sure we're telling the truth. But guess what happens? When you let that culture pervade, then we get to story number 3 of the day, which is one of the saddest ones I've heard. Sorry, I'm going in with the dog one first. Here's the deal. So, man gets accused of a horrific crime.
Mm-hmm.
Horrific crime. Okay?
This is kind of like, as a preface, this is everything we've been saying about the Me Too movement.
Everything.
You know, it's good to
It's good to take everything seriously.
It's good to take everything seriously. It's good to bring actual offenders to justice.
Yes, yes.
It's very good.
But you also need due process.
Yes, the
for
due
every
process.
Case.
Facts, proof, evidence.
Truth?
Yeah.
Not
we
lies?
We need to discern the truth.
Yeah, but Hillary
The
said,
truth. Not
listen,
your truth and not my truth. The truth.
Hillary Clinton says that every victim needs to be believed, except for the ladies that my husband got with. But every victim needs to be believed. Keep going. Sorry about that.
Okay, so this man he's already begun serving a 50-year prison sentence.
Well, 50 years.
For alleged sexual abuse of a minor.
Alleged.
But he was set free Monday after a key part of the testimony against him was discovered to be blatantly false.
Huh.
Okay, so
I'm intrigued.
in the trial, the complainant testified that Joshua Horner, the man who was arrested and jailed, had threatened to shoot her animals if she went to the police about the molestation, and said she saw him shoot her dog, killing it to make his point.
That's pretty severe.
And so he, of course, denied the charges, including killing Lucy the dog.
Sure.
So, a group called the Oregon Innocence Project took on his case. Okay. So their whole deal is they're dedicated to helping wrongfully accused Oregonians.
Which is a good thing. You know what's funny? Trump's about that too right now. Didn't he just release a few prisoners? The one lady that was serving a term?
Yeah, the one that Kim Kardashian.
That's weird.
Went to, yeah.
So Trump is about justice and truth.
Huh.
Did Obama do that? Oh, sorry. Barry's gonna take.
I mean, he definitely pardoned some people.
Terrorists? He pardoned terrorists. I remember that. Didn't he trade like 3 for a traitor to America? You remember that one?
Yeah.
Barry, you keep getting worse. But sorry, man. Fact check it. He did it.
Yeah.
He gave terrorists up. Sorry, keep going. Sorry about that. Sorry.
So the
I had to do it. I'm sorry, bro.
The Innocence Project, the Oregon Innocence Project, they got the help of the district attorney to search for the dog.
That allegedly he shot in front of the lady who
Yeah.
accused her of sexual. Yes, gotcha.
Yeah. So they somehow, I don't know how they did this. But they somehow heard that the dog was in Seattle after going around the county.
Oh, weird.
You know, looking for the dog.
Wait, the dog was alive?
Well, so
So
they
the
heard he
accuser-
was in Seattle.
the
Well,
accuser-
let's yeah.
I'm just excited about
so
this.
yeah,
Man.
he heard he was in Seattle. So they on the coast. So they basically they went to a town northwest of Portland. Oh, sorry. So no. First they heard he was in Seattle. Then they learned he had a place on the Oregon coast. They went to a town called Gerhardt in Portland. Met the owner and Lucy, healthy and happy, at a golf course.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. The dog came back to life? Is that what the story is? It's a zombie dog?
No, it's actually it's the Jesus of dogs.
Oh, he resurrected after 3 days? I got you, man.
Now,
Third day.
so according to the AP, Lucy was identified by an undisputed chain of custody and by her visual appearance.
Interesting.
An Oregon Innocence Project member noted that she's a very distinctive-looking dog and not purebred.
Okay.
Okay. So, the Court of Appeals reverses his conviction.
Okay.
Orders a new trial with the defense arguing that he was not allowed to present key evidence unrelated to the dog. A month later, another county judge, Michael Adler, dismissed the case altogether. Alright? So the man's free. Now, here's the thing. We don't know. This doesn't prove that he didn't molest the girl.
Very true. Doesn't prove that.
Okay? But it does prove that she's a liar.
A liar?
That
There's
she
no liars
perjured
in the world.
herself under oath.
Perjury? That's legal nowadays, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah. If Bill Clinton can do
Bill
it. then-
Clinton can do it, man.
Anybody
I
can
did
do it.
not have. I had sex with that.
Well, he wasn't on oath under oath when he said
Gotcha.
that.
Sorry.
But it's supposedly he
Listen.
he tried to convince people to lie under oath.
Time on the field. Listen, there's ruling class, and then there's the plebes like us.
Yeah.
Okay, they can do
Of
whatever
course.
they want to.
Of course.
Globalism. Sorry.
So her whole testimony is kind of
Bunch.
junk. Yeah, it's just it can't be trusted because she's a out and out liar.
Garbanzo.
At least about this particular incident.
Fecal matter. Yep.
Now, Hummel, the district attorney, said that after Lucy was found, the complainant failed to attend a meeting about her testimony.
Huh.
And then when one of Hummel's investigators pulled into her driveway, she fled.
Huh.
So...
It doesn't look good for her testimony if
Yeah.
she's doing that.
Yeah.
And we're not saying, again, we're not saying this guy didn't do this stuff.
Yeah.
What
and
we're
not
saying
saying
is... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
we're not saying that, you know, a woman's testimony should just be thrown out completely.
Yeah.
The thing is
we're
that
not Sharia
have
law
to,
people.
No, we're not. The
Sorry.
thing is, you gotta have evidence.
Yeah. And Linda Sarsour is awesome because I think she's awesome. Right? No? That's not how it works?
And Chris Hardwick abused Chloe Dykstra because reasons. You know?
Interesting. So, back to the whole point is if you lie, like every woman should absolutely come forward if there's an issue. And I say that, and I've already told you my background a million times on Plausible. You should come forward if those things happen, especially if they happen, right?
Absolutely.
We're going to be sympathetic to that 100%.
Because, you know what? Yeah, not even 100, 1,000%.
A
We
million.
want to crush these people.
Infinity.
We want them to be...
Yeah.
We want justice to be served.
Castro didn't burn. Yeah, you know, I'm cool with that. I mean, what? Did I say that out loud?
What?
Castro didn't burn? Is that what I said out loud?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, you know, like sexual abusers and stuff like that. You know, like pedophiles and rapists and stuff like that. You know, Castro didn't burn. I think that's normal, right? No?
I still don't understand the...
Castration
Oh.
and burn at the stake.
I thought you said Castro didn't burn them, and I'm
Oh,
like...
no.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. No, castration,
Yes.
mutilation, burnination.
At least incarceration. I mean,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding, but yeah.
But yeah, we can have that discussion too.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean,
Freaking
but
Castro.
seriously, but like, yeah, I'm like, Castro didn't burn.
When something
Is
ridiculous
that some kind of
happens,
reference that I don't get?
If something ridiculous happens, we're just gonna say Castro, and not just Castro. It's just a Castro.
Castro
thing,
didn't
man.
burn.
Castro didn't burn, bro. That was the whole deal.
Castro didn't burn. So
So, but they should come forward. Yes.
yes,
Absolutely.
you have to, and I understand that it's horrific,
Yes.
that it's hard to talk about, but
If you don't, they'll get away with it.
if you don't, then there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do, or else we just pillory people
Yep.
willy nilly
Yep.
at any woman's say so.
Yep.
You know, and
Yep.
then what do we have?
Yep.
And that's the breakdown of society right there.
Yep. Pretty much.
That's the end of society.
Yep.
As a wise man once said, something to the effect of, society is all just men trying to get with women.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
And you got stuff like MGTOW that's coming out. You heard of MGTOW and stuff
Yeah,
like
men
that.
going their own way.
I mean, MGTOW is something. I mean, dude, it's a legitimate idea. You got crazy stuff like this. But here's the deal. My point is this: you got to tell the truth. The truth's always going to win out. Sometimes it doesn't. Not in this earthly form. There's going to be justice here. You know, there's going to be justice eventually. But the point is this: like, don't trust people. I've been screaming that for a minute. I don't trust Barry Obama. I don't even trust. I'm going to say this with this shirt on. Donald J. Trump. I'd trust no one. I'd make sure I bury in that thing and check everything to make sure it's true. I don't trust him. Yeah.
As much as any human being
Yeah.
can, and still live a life.
I mean,
But
I mean, it is what it is. I don't even check the show prep sometimes. I need to trust that more often, right? But the reality is this, man. Don't trust these people. And when a situation comes through, there's a thing called due process. Because what happens if you're in a bad spot and you're falsely accused?
yes, that's the reason we have these laws.
Yeah.
You know, the whole idea of almost all of our freedoms is not to protect the things that we like, it's to protect the things that we don't like.
Yeah.
So like due process may protect some scumbag that doesn't deserve it.
Agree. Yep.
But it will also protect you when you need it.
Yep.
You know, for instance, we'll go back. You know, the Me Too movement.
Yep.
What happens? What happens 20 years from now, 30, 50, 100 years from now, and suddenly the tables are turned, and women are like what if that were to be the case?
Can I give you a spoiler? It's already happening, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Women already rule the world. That could be another show for another time.
And then the tide of public opinion becomes such that a man just says that he's been abused.
And you go to jail.
And you go to jail.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
But it's plausible.
It's very plausible.
You know?
Ain't foolish.
It's plausible.
And here's
it's the same thing with speech.
Yep.
You know? You may not like that guy says that thing.
You may not like the racist Nazi who is telling you to not humanize Jews, but you got to protect that speech.
Exactly.
Linda Sarsour.
Yeah, exactly. That's who we were talking about.
As much as Barry is one of the biggest liars out there, but he has the right to say his lies.
Yep.
He has the right to say that.
The only time he doesn't is when he's under oath.
Yeah, which is
because then we're trying to protect our justice system from being just a ridiculous joke.
Yep.
On the other hand, on the other side though, what happens when the power structure flips on its head and your speech is something that people want to hear?
That's weird.
We have to protect these things.
Yeah. Or we feel to be the United States of America.
Mm.
And we love our freedoms, because guess what? We can say what we want here. You know, with relative...
We're the only country in the world where that is...
protected.
Where that is...
in law.
Written down in
Not
the
really
Constitution.
protected anymore, but, it's
constitutionally
law.
protected.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because if you don't, then you turn into China, and then... Uh-oh. Brings us to our fourth story of the day.
The last story.
Yeah, man, this is a big one, man. This is probably the most important thing we've talked about. We've talked about Barry Obama and his lies, Linda Sarsour and his lies, and the lies that was debunked by a doggy. You know what I mean? But this one was kind of the most impactful one that I saw in the show prep, my friend.
Yeah, this is
real.
This isn't anything new, per se. China's been doing this for a while, but it might be new to our listeners. Yeah. But it seems that they've ramped it up quite a bit. So, let me just read this. The Chinese government is cracking down on Christianity, destroying crosses, closing down churches, burning Bibles, and forcing believers to sign a paper renouncing their faith. The Associated Press reports based on accounts from pastors and a religious freedom monitoring group. The move comes as the Chinese government attempts to demand loyalty to the state's atheist community or is that community party or communist party? I think it would be communist party.
Yeah.
That's a typo.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is, the community party. But yeah, I got you. So, ironically, these guys are coming after Christians. Not atheists, not Buddhists, not Hinduism, not, they're coming after Christians. And here's the thing that's funny is we don't talk about that a lot in America because, we are so protected here because we have the freedom to worship whatever God we want to worship, or worship whatever we want to. I mean, that's the crazy thing. We could literally do a Peter Griffin and have the Church of Fonzie. We could do that if we wanted to in America. You can't do that anywhere else. You can't do that in China. And the funny thing, and the reason why this is kind of alarming is, at the end of the day, guys, I don't think people realize how much impact China has on us as Americans. They have a lot of influence.
Yeah.
All the movies that you watch, I hate to break this to you, every one of those movies that you love from Hollywood have to fit into Chinese regulations. Do you know that? Look that up. Don't trust me, but look it up.
They're a much bigger market now than us.
Yeah. So when they make movies,
they're making movies for them.
They make movies for China.
That's why the moon landing movie that they're doing, they took the flag out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's weird. It's like they're rewriting history again. Anyways, moving on. But anyways, the moon landing's real. It is. I promise. What? What are you talking about, bro? Could have never been filmed. Area 51. But anyways, my point is this. Sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I got completely lost on the train. I'm sorry.
It's
sorry.
so ludicrous.
It's all right, man. Stanley Kubrick did it.
I am not.
It's all right, man.
No, I am not on that.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Stay where you are, man. Believe the story. I'm just kidding. But my point is this: China has huge influence on things. They have huge influence.
They do.
From finance to this crap. I mean, they have huge influence.
Yeah, I mean, how much of our $21 trillion debt is owned by by the Chinese government? Now, here's what's interesting about this. Like the signing thing, the compulsion to renounce. That's the first time since Mao's Cultural Revolution of 1966 to 76 that Christians had been compelled to make such declarations. And this is under pain of expulsion from school and the loss of welfare benefits.
Man. So these Christians have to renounce Christ, or they're basically ostracized completely.
Yeah, and forced into poverty.
Interesting. And that's funny. Clearly, this is a capitalistic society, right?
No.
It's
well, their finances are based off of the capitalist city of Hong Kong.
Okay.
One of the few things propping them up.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But, they're communist.
Not?
Yeah, they're communist.
You mean social? I mean,
like the ultimate end of socialism,
which is communism. That's weird. So yeah, I mean, socialism sounds great until this starts happening. Well, sorry, communism.
There's two ends to socialism.
Okay.
Socialism is a two-headed hydra.
Okay.
It's either communist or, get this, fascist.
Oh!
Yeah.
One might say that's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. It's interesting that Antifa thinks that they're fighting fascists who want limited government.
Yeah,
anyway, it's...
Yeah, but anyways. But my point is, like, if Mao was such a good guy, why would good communist leaders do that to Christian people? Why would he do that?
The same reason he killed 50 to 100 million of his own people.
Oh, he didn't do that. That was America. We did that, right?
No, it wasn't us.
Oh.
It was just that he ruined their agricultural system so that people starved to death. He didn't literally, murder them with a pistol or something.
That's humanitarian. I mean, let them starve to death. I mean, it's way more humanitarian to put a bullet in them.
Less mouths to feed is,
The globalist playbook.
The population bomb is, such a imminent threat that we need to go full Thanos and wipe out half of Earth's population because
and then
running out of resources or something.
And you know what's funny is
nonsense.
You know what another form of lying is? You know what another form of lying is? Omission.
Yes.
When we omit things, we're still lying. And the funny thing is, we take all these influences, we take financial, Hollywood,
especially when those are critical things. I mean, you don't have to tell your life story, but if it's critical to the subject that you're discussing, that you're trying to convince people to believe, then that's a lie.
Yeah, so that's the amazing thing about this is China has a big influence in America, and they're doing this to Christians. And we're trying to pattern ourselves after socialism, aka communism or fascism, like these guys. The magic, not even included, we talked about this on the website about their social score online and stuff like that. Like, the amazing thing to me is, at what point does America start adopting these principles, and when are they coming for us, man? Because at the end of the day, if we're propping up Linda Sarsour, who is anti-Semitic, follow the logic train, they're eventually going to come after Christians next. Let's get real with ourselves. They're already doing it in China. And that's the thing about these governments, when we prop up socialist, communist, any of the governments, what do? They come after Christians. They come after Jews. They come after minorities. They come after all the people we're sworn to protect in America. But the funny thing is we omit this from the rest of the world. We want to ignore all that stuff, and we're seeing it happen in other countries. We're omitting that Venezuela is a hellhole right now. We get mad when we call out the fact that Haiti is not that great of a country, and so on and so forth. We get mad about all this stuff. We omit this stuff, and it's amazing to me why we don't check this stuff out. And that's the whole point of this whole, Dirty 30, edition of Plausible Foolishness, is check this stuff. Check and see if Barack Obama is ever telling the truth. PolitiFact, Snopes won't do it for you, but just look at what he said on the record. The beautiful thing is the internet. You can always check that stuff. You can check and see that Linda Sarsour is the pussy hat leading we hate America, we hate all men, we hate everybody that's straight, we, you know, we hate Jews, yet she's got a platform and seen as a hero. We see people that are falsely accused, and guess what? Nothing's done. We see people getting murdered just for their faith, and the magical thing is, nothing's said. So at the end of the day, like, the whole point of this, guys, the whole point of this talk is, don't believe the hype. They could be pulling your leg. They could be lying to you. God forbid. The moon landing may not have it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I had to throw that in there. I love you, man. I love you. Stanley Kubrick. But my point is that they could check this stuff. Check it. See if it's true. Don't listen to us. We're just bald-headed, bearded Christian guys. And what's worse is we're straight American males. We love Jesus. We're the only thing that's saving us is our minority status. That's the only thing, man.
My minority status.
Well, Linus, our sword doesn't want you to be humanized, so you know what I mean. But my point is this: like, check all this stuff, see if it's true. That's the whole point of plausible foolishness, because we have seen this crap, and no one's calling it out on the mainstream media. We'll never call out China in the mainstream media. Take a look at it. They'll never call them out. They'll never call out Linus Sarsour. They'll never call out Barack Obama. They won't call these people out. We will. We're going to tell the truth. We will tell you what's going on. They're going to claim that there's a rape culture in colleges, that 1 in 4 women are being raped. Statistically, that's completely fabricated. They're going to talk about a wage gap. Completely fabricated. They're going to talk about global warming, global cooling, global change, weather.
97% of scientists agree.
It's crap. It's
all
crap.
nonsense. It's all that.
Look it
that
up.
statistic is a lie.
Just look this stuff up. They're full of it. And if you don't call this stuff out, if you don't check this out, man, you're not plausible, man. You're a fool. You're a fool. So, I love that. I had to tie that in at the end. I'm sorry. I had to put that there, man.
It's good.
I had to put a little dot on it, man. But it's been a good one, man. Dude, the lighting's amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You know why we have this lighting? You know why we have this?
Because of the Rubes who support us on Patreon.
Hey, Rube Nation, we are so grateful for you supporting us on Patreon. Continue to help us out. Man, we started out, like, in black light inside of my office on the top level, like, not even know what the heck we're doing.
Terrible audio and...
Terrible.
I mean, it hasn't got much better because of the AC, but...
We're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
I mean,
my kids
step by step.
My kids can't sweat to death, bro.
Step by
We're getting
step.
Ooh, baby. That's a good song.
I'm gonna get
That should be our outro song.
No.
Outro? No, New Kids on the Block.
No.
But dude, we got a mic now. Now we've got.
We're not gonna intro with metal and then exit with.
But that would be hilarious.
No, I don't care.
Ironic. No.
No.
Oh my goodness. But my. we could
It's bad enough that I was singing it.
We could do bop at the end. Bop, okay. But anyways,
Ridiculous.
we've gotten so much better. We're not live streaming on Facebook anymore. We're putting our stuff legitimately on YouTube. We've got an intro now, which is unbelievable. We've got lighting now. We've got overlays. This operation is getting ridiculous. We have a lot of followers on Instagram. Keep following us on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, man.
But the big one is YouTube.
YouTube.
We frankly we need 1,000 subscribers, so get on that.
Get on it, but come on, Rubes. That's an easy way to help us out, and eventually we might defect to mines. But I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a video. I don't know if they have a video thing, so we still have to make it on YouTube and then we post it on Minds.
It's all right though.
Yeah,
we're about to go to the dark side, man. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
Dark side. So I'm excited because plausible foolishness. We're expanding faster than the universe can even can comprehend this thing, and we're really excited about everything that you guys have contributed to us and allowed us to do this and allowed us to do this week in and week out. And man, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the reason why we keep showing up every single weekend. And why we're going to take over the world one day, man.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Pinky the brain.
Thanks.
You'd be the brain. That'd be Pinky.
Okay.
You think so? Try to take over the world.
There'll be a change up in, size relationships, but...
It's okay. Yeah. We're breaking the dynamic now. We're breaking the mold now. But dude, it's been a good one, brother.
I agree.
Boom. See you guys next week. Follow us, share us, like us. We are not crooks.
Subscribe. Support.
I did the Nixon.